Good morning, friends. So today we are going to make kebabs. These are Punjabi style, Indian style kebabs that are very quick to make and very appetizing, and everybody just loves them. This is my go-to recipe. So let me just show you. I have my food processor here because I'm a lazy person and I don't want to do any of the mixing by hand. So I'm going to be utilizing this machine. If you don't have a food processor, you can mix everything up in a big mixing bowl, and obviously I'm wearing gloves. You do the same thing and give it a good mix. So let's get started. So the meat for the kebab that I'm using is actually turkey, but you can use ground chicken, ground beef, ground lamb, ground pork, whatever you like. It's up to you. I just prefer to use turkey. This is 93% lean and 7% fat. The kebabs need some type of fat to hold on to. That's my personal opinion and suggestion. So if you can get something like that, that would be great. So we go ahead and add the meat to our food processor right here. Next up are all the ingredients. So we are going to add a little bit of oil. We are going to add ginger and garlic paste. We are going to add onions and hari mirchi. I've just chopped them off roughly, and I'm taking it easy on the hari mirchi. My kids don't eat spicy food. Next up is egg. Again, egg is something that is optional. I like to use it because it keeps the kebabs very, very moist. But if you don't like the taste, you don't taste the egg in the recipe. Obviously, it cooks. But if you don't like the thought of having egg, you can skip that part. Next up is I'm going to add some cornstarch. So if you don't have cornstarch, you can add breadcrumbs. I normally actually do add breadcrumbs, but today I don't have plain breadcrumbs. I have the Italian ones, which I don't want to use. So I'll be using some cornstarch. Add that in there. Now, cilantro, lots of it. Chaat masala. So this is a masala, kebab masala. You can actually use any brands. They all work fine. I have used different ones over the years. This is by this Pakistani brand called Laziza, and it is the Seekh Kebab masala. If you cannot find this in your Indian grocery store, you can pick up Shan's masala. They are great. You can pick up MDH. So Laziza, Shan, or MDH. All of them work. If you don't have any, and that's fine too. In goes this. Kasuri methi, just go ahead and crush it. Now, some basic masalas from your spice box. We need salt, like 1.5. A little bit of haldi. I'm not gonna go too heavy on the haldi. Okay, coriander powder and cumin powder, and I'm taking it light with these masalas because I already have masala in the Laziza one, and a little bit of garam masala. So now this is done. We are going to go ahead, and I'm doing this the other way around to show you guys. Close it, press this, power it on. And I can see that it's not done. So this takes about maybe 35 to 45 seconds. It's pretty quick, but you want to make sure that all the onions, masala, everything's well blended. So just keep going. Okay, I think we're done. See, we didn't have to get our hands dirty. Let me just show you. I'm wearing gloves so I can show you the consistency of the kebabs. So this is what they look like. Again, if you want to run it for another few seconds, you can, but for me, this is perfectly done. I can still see the onions and the cilantro, which is something I want. I don't want it too fine, so this is perfect for me. So now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put this in transfer this into a mixing bowl and refrigerate it for an hour. If you're in a rush, just refrigerate it for 10 minutes. You want the base, the masala, and everything to kind of set and cool, and then we will start making them. The shape of the kebabs is completely up to you. You can make burgers using this mixture. You can make, you can use skewers and make kebabs. So it's up to you how you do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and refrigerate and see you guys back here. Kebab mix has been sitting in the refrigerator for about an hour, and now we are ready to go ahead and make our kebabs. So, like I told you, you can either use skewers if you want to get them like the restaurant style shape of the kebabs. You can completely skip this step if this is too much, and then just simply make patties using your hands and just cook them. So I like to cook them on a cast iron skillet because of the sizzle it gives and the color. I would not use a non-stick pan. Use something else, but don't use a non-stick. So let me just show you, in case you are interested in learning how to make them the way restaurants do it, using a skewer. This is just a wooden skewer I picked up from a grocery store. So you don't need to wet this because we're not going to stick this in the pan. We're simply using it as a mold today. So we just want to grab, so let's go ahead and give this a mix first of all, since it's been sitting in the fridge. And now we want to take a little bit of our kebab, not too thick. We don't want to make them too thick because that is hard to cook. They don't cook through all the way. So you just take, and then you take your skewer and you place your skewer somewhere like in the middle, and you start shaping it. And you just keep shaping it. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys, but as long as you get a shape, like a kebab shape. And it will take you a few trials. And now we have the shape, and we just use our fingers to kind of finish it up. Something like this. Like I said, if you don't want to do this, you can totally skip this step, and you can just make patties and cook it. So I am going to go ahead and finish making my skewers, and then I will come back and show you how I cook them. We have made our kebabs using skewers, but I also quickly wanted to show you one more way that you can make these, and these make a perfect appetizer for any get-togethers, parties, dinners at your house, whatever you're celebrating. So all you need to do is one tip, sorry, I forgot to tell you earlier, just take a cup of water, dip your hand in there. This helps the kebabs not be so sticky. Take a little bit of meat in your hand, mixture, and you just roll it like you're rolling a roti or something. Just a quick roll, and press it down a little bit, and that's it. So these are small cocktail kebabs that I usually make, and I put a toothpick on them so people can just take it. And right on top of these kebabs, I will add a little bit of chutney, maybe some pyaz if you like that. If not, you can skip that step completely and just cook it. These cook super quick because they're so small, and then you just serve them in a nice tray, garnish it with some pyaz, some chutney, and put like a nice toothpick on top, and then people can just eat them, grab and go kind of appetizer. So I made half the batch using skewers. I'm going to make the other half using this method. Our pan has been heating for the last 5 to 7 minutes on low to medium flame. This is a cast iron skillet. It is heavier, so it does take longer to heat up. It's not like a non-stick. So if you are using a cast iron skillet, allow some time. So now I'm just going to take the kebabs that I made and place them in the pan, and you hear that sizzle, which is exactly what I am looking for. And you continue to place them. And this is a 12-inch pan, so it's neither big nor too small. It's just a good size. So I am going to, you don't want to overcrowd your pan, so I am going to place about 7 pieces in here. And then you want to let each side cook for at least 3 to 4 minutes. And the way to check is that you can start to see the edges will start to get browned up, and that's your indication that that side is done, and that's when you flip it. I have a plate with paper towel ready, so when this is done, I will transfer my kebabs onto that plate. So it's been about 3 to 4 minutes. I am going to flip my kebab, and look at that color that we got. And that's exactly what we're looking for. We're going to flip all of them at this point. So now we are going to allow this side to cook for the same amount of time. So we are done with cooking. So let me just show you the kebabs. This is the regular shaped kebabs that we made that you find in restaurants. You can just cut them in half. And these are the cute little kebabs that we made, cocktail style kebabs that you can just put a toothpick on. And that's really it. And that's how you serve them. So we are done. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so.